Hello everyone, welcome back to another fan fiction, and it's gonna turn into a co-op in one of the chapters. Okay, there's a sequel with this, which I'm gonna read. Of course, it's Lyra and Bonbon. Of course, Lyra, being her stereotypical self that we all believe she is like the human lover, the human, I don't know, the one that wants to be a human. Also, why does every like human thing that I read right now has Chris in it? This is bothering the fuck out of me. Anyways, like I something I haven't why I haven't been reading so much is because like stories like are that suggested to me haven't really like popped out to me like I guess your human you does, because that just like every time there's a new chapter of that I literally run around the fucking house like a crazy person and just yell let's fucking go. And that fucking happened when somebody notified me that chapter 70 of you was out. I was like fuck yeah. And that's how it should work for me. Also, there is like an actual ebook for this, like is an ebook pack for both the sequel and this, but this is like a reaction for me. It contains clop. One way or another, there will be clop. That is so true for everything I read nowadays, especially in certain things. All right, I like how most people like when they hop into the channel, they listen to a series. Every time they complain about is like me just like speed reading, and I'm just like, yeah, I know I read fast as fuck, boy. But I'm not sure why I do it. I do try to slow down a bit, try to like reread it and all that nonsense. I sometimes flash my words like this, but that's how it works for me. I'm just having fun here. Like no professionalism is gonna be allowed on this, I guess. Like professionalism, fuck that. That's boring shit. That we're just gonna continue on today's. All right, enough of me just rambling on for like 2 minutes. Let's hop right into it. Lyra's confession, the talk. Today is the day, Lyra muttered softly to herself as she paced back and forth on the kitchen floor. I have to tell him. Bonbon rolled her eyes at her friend's mutterings. She was trying to concentrate on the candy thermometer that was sticking out of a pot filled with her caramel candy mixture. She needed to be exactly 250 degrees Fahrenheit before she could add in her special vanilla extract. Unfortunately, a sudden mint green unicorn was making it very difficult to stay focused. We'll just ask her to leave, and if she's bothering you with her mutterings, just ask her to leave, Bonbon. Lyra, the light cream colored Earth Pony turned her head from the caramel mixture, looking back at her, frantically pacing friend. Could you please take your pacing and grumbling somewhere else? It's very distracting, she asked, gently trying to hide her annoyance. Lyra paused for a moment to look up at her friend, who was now glaring back at her. Oh, sorry, Bonbon. Oh no, that's not. Oh, sorry, Body, Lyra said with a noticeable strain in her voice. It's just, I can't stop thinking about him. Bonbon let out a heavy sigh before turning back to her work. She knew all too well about Lyra's unhealthy obsession with her new human friend that popped up in Ponyville almost a full year ago. The Earthmare knew Lyra wasn't going to be going anywhere until she gave her little speech about how amazing he was while proclaiming her love for the weird bipedal thing. Oh, goddammit, Bonbon, don't be such a fuck. There we go. I don't know what to call her. Don't be such a fucking fuck. Okay? It's Lyra, and Lyra loves that shit. And you better be happy with whatever she's gonna do, okay? I can't wait to read the sequel for this, even though I haven't read this shit at all. I'm hoping it's good. Lyra continued, not noticing her roommate's obvious disapproval of the current topic. I just can't stop thinking about him, Bonnie. He's just so... and his hands are just... She grunted in frustration, keeping her declaration of love surprisingly short in this time. I can't stop thinking about him. What if somebody else has already asked to court him? I bet it was one of the elements of harmony. I see the way they look at him, always helping him and stuff. She half shouted in jealous anger. Hey. They might actually do that. Like, honestly, I will honestly I already know who I will go for Twilight now. Like, always. But, Lyra, if you like, get there first and actually, like, I guess, confess first, honestly? If you confess first, yeah. Also, for some reason, I call like every fanfic in this, like, when there's always a human involved, all the ponies just fall in love with the human. It's just fucking crazy, and I love it. Of course, like, some of them don't have, like, actual development, like, I guess actual stories should. I don't know. Alright. Where was I? I have to, okay, she half shouted in jealous anger. I have to tell him how I feel before it's too late, she announced, kicking a hoof on the cold tiled floor. Now, Lyra, you need the courage to do that. Which I think, since Bonbon probably has, like, already seen you like this many times and is always annoyed, you probably don't have the courage to go up and tell him realistically. Ignoring the ridiculous comment about Equestria's national heroian, oh, God damn it, heroians, you know, the fucking elements of harmony, that's what I mean. Ignoring the ridiculous comment about Equestria's national heroian, I don't even know how to say this word. I knew how to say it, but I forgot. I'm just gonna say the elements of harmony. Wanting to engage with that strange creature, Pom-Pom responded in an agitated tone. Lyra, you have been saying that for months now. Honestly, I don't see why you can't find a nice normal stallion to obsess over. You know, somebody that walks the right way and doesn't have those weird... She paused with a grimace, looking up at the ceiling, trying to find the right words. Spidery, spiny things on his hooves. She mocked, holding a limp hoof in the air. Oh, Bob. You don't know Lyra that well if you don't like that about him. If you don't know Lyra that much, if you don't understand why she likes that part of him, you don't understand Lyra at all. Do you? You don't understand her at all, man. God damn it, like, I guess if we were all Lyra's friend, we all understand why she was obsessed with it. You know, if we were ponies and, like, yeah, we would support her with her decision and all that. Also, fuck you. I'm pretty sure a couple of the elements, some of the elements of harmony would actually court him as well. Fuck you, Lyra. We haven't even met the guy yet, so I'm just here just like, spewing shit out. You mean his hands, Lyra deadpan. Besides, you never had him scratch behind your ears with those hands of his. She hummed almost as she was in a dreamy daze. Her eyelids started to droop slightly as she recalled all the times he would use those wondrous extremities to pet her when they sat around reading books together or just laying next to each other under a nice shady tree. Sometimes if she was really lucky, he would run those wonderful smooth digits over his can't say the word. Reading. Okay, Discord just popped up and I was like, ah. As she recalled all the times he would use those wondrous extremities to pet her when they sat around reading books together or just laying next to each other under a nice shady tree. Sometimes, as she was really lucky, he would run those wonderful smooth digits of his through her mane. Oh, dear Celestia, how she loved that. The unicorn shivered in pleasure at the memory. See? Like, Lyra has actual reasoning behind it. You're just freaked out by it, bomb, for no reason, honestly. I can't play with my hand right now. Still need to cut the nails of these things. Anyways, hygiene sucks. They're so soft and firm at the same time. They don't poke or cut you like griffin claws do, or they're not as bulky as a hoof. Then, when he starts to massage them into your fur, Lyra started to trail off as her eyes closed and a slight blush appeared on her now smiling face. She lifted a hoof to her chest, rubbing her coat as if to try and recreate the same feeling the human's hands would give her. She stayed like that for a little while before snapping back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Okay, I don't know why I always have that when it says snapping back to reality. Plus, he gives the best belly rubs. Lyra finished, placing her hoof back on the floor, looking back at her friend. Bonbon closed her eyes and shook her head in disgust before looking back at her work. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna read all these chapters, and you better accept this love they have, and you better accept him if Lyra wants to start a herd with you, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. Pretty sure. Also, I think I'm just gonna read the fics that I want to read, because those are the ones that get my heart racing. The thermometer in the caramel mixture was now at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, the perfect temperature to start adding in the vanilla extract. She turned the stove off, then quickly picked the pot up, biting on the wooden handle with her teeth. She then set it on an oven mitt that was laying on the counter. She grabbed the small bottle of vanilla extract in her mouth and poured it just the right amount into the pot before setting it back down. She got up on her back legs, resting her forelegs on the counter before picking up a mixing spoon and a hoof somehow and mixed in the vanilla. Yes, I know how much you like those hand things, Bonbon said in a dry tone, still stirring the vanilla into the mixture. You talk enough about them in your sleep, she muttered softly to herself, not expecting Lyra to hear her. You guys are ponies, I'm pretty sure you can easily hear muttering. Lyra's ears perked up at the mention of her sleep talking. She stepped up next to the earth pony's side, speaking a little. Do I really talk in my sleep? What do I say? The unicorn asked, genuinely curious. Do I really talk in my sleep? What do I say? The unicorn asked, genuinely curious. Bonbon turned her head slightly to look at Lyra. A light shade of red started to appear on her cheeks as she Thought back to what Lyra liked to mutter in her sleep. She was about to say something, but thought better of it. You know what? Never mind. Honestly, though, Lyra, I know you two are really good friends and all, but he might not even like ponies in that way, she said, avoiding the awkward conversation, turning her attention back to the caramel. Exactly. That's why she's nervous about it. God damn it, Bonbon. Like, honestly, being the only human in this world, pretty sure they're gonna explore a bit, you know? Pretty sure they're gonna explore a bit. Also, if you're like the only human, you gotta like deal with it. So having a relationship with ponies, you know, that bad, you know. I know, Lyra groaned loudly before slamming her head on top of the counter, causing Bonbon's pot to almost topple over. Lyra, Bonbon shouted as she steadied the pot with her free hoof. Sorry, Bonnie. Lyra apologized, mumbling into her countertop. Bonbon looked down at her depressed friend with concern. She has been obsessing over this stallion for almost as long as he has been in Equestria, and she just seems to get worse with every passing day. This was also not the first time she wanted to confront the human about her feelings. She would always say that she was going to confess her love, but then chicken out at the last minute, or something else would stop her from admitting anything to him. Sounds like a certain purple unicorn with another human. Bonbon knew this had to stop. Lyra needed to get out there and finally admitted that she loves this human thing. Okay, so you want to support her, but you don't like it. Like, you want to support her with this decision, but you don't like it, which is a problem for me, because I'm going with both of your perspectives right now. We haven't even met the human. This is just bothering me. Bonbon respects her decision and is supporting her, but you don't accept it. That's the problem here. She didn't believe that he would ever actually be interested in a pony, at least not in the way Lyra wanted him to be, but no was still an answer. Then once Lyra had her answer, she could forget all about him and turn back into her normal, obnoxious but lovable self. Then while she's at it, she can find a nice stallion to sweep her off her hooves and forget this whole human mess. I just realized, if you're like gonna be like the only human in Equestria, people are gonna look at you funny and shit. Which I don't mind, because I always get looked at anyways, even though like I blend in IRL with stuff. But goddamn. The Earthmare knew she had to help her friend somehow. She couldn't just sit still anymore and watch Lyra turn into a depressed lump. She might not understand her friend's love for this thing, but it was painfully obvious that if this continued any longer, it would destroy the unicorn. Nice, you're supporting her. She's great, but you don't accept it. Like, if he says yes, you're just gonna be like, just like, put your snout up and be like, get out of my face. I guess the guy's name is Chris, because that's what I read. Like, what the fuck? Reaching her free hoof out, Bonbon patted the back of Lyra's head. That was still pressed into the counter. Look, Lyra, you really need to tell him how you feel. And really do it this time. You can't let these feelings consume you, she said with that warm and friendly tone she always used when trying to comfort her friend. Lyra turned her head so that only the side of her cheek was touching the counter. She looked up at Bonbon with slightly teary eyes. But what if you're right? What if he doesn't like ponies like that? Then he might think I'm a weirdo. I might lose him as a friend and don't want that. I would rather have him as a friend than not at all. She almost cried with a slight crack in her voice. Oh god, Lyra. I'm just glad you're not the crazy one. Okay, at least you're reasonable in this one version. Lyra, come on. Also, I'm pretty sure since no one else has asked him if you're gonna be the first, he might say yes. He might. We don't even know the guy yet. I'm just like here, just like he might. Okay, he might say yes. He might. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like if all were stuck with, I guess any one of us, guys or girls, we'll probably like try to get a relationship with a pony. Try. I'm gonna go with quotes around try. Cause there are some of these fanfics where the guy just gets fucking smacked down, and I'm just like, okay. Even though I haven't read, most of the time I just read fanfics on YouTube. Okay, leave me alone. Yeah. Bonbon winced a little. I'm commentating way too much, and I don't care. I'm loving the story so far, even though it's pissing me off a little bit about Bonbon. Reminds me of Rarity when she was doing that in the other fucking story, You Human and You. Bonbon winced a little at her friend's sudden expression and cracky voice. She hated it when Lyra was down like this. Still, she managed a soft, loving smile, looking down at her mopey friend. Patting her mane softly. Well, everybody already knows you're a weirdo, Bonbon teased with a chuckle, and I'm pretty sure he does too, so you don't have to worry about that, she giggled with a warm smile. Yeah, Lyra's pretty out there with that. So is Pinky for that matter. Lyra Lyra sniffled but smiled at that. She had to admit it to herself that she was a pretty strange pony. Pretty sure all of you are, especially with your special talents and all that. I might not understand him at all, but I do know that you two are pretty much inseparable when you're together. What? Bon. Okay, you know this? Are you still like don't want her to do that? What is wrong with you? Why? You are gonna you better accept this whatever the heck Lyra has planned in the next freaking sequel. Bon, shut up. I might not understand him at all, but I do know that you two are pretty much inseparable when you're together. You have both such good friends for so long now. You both have been such good friends for so long now. I doubt he would stop wanting to be your friend just because you're having those feelings for him, Bon said, giving Lyra an encouraging smile. Yeah, you think so? Lyra asked, smiling brightly, blinking away her tears. She was starting to feel a lot better now. Well, of course, Bon chirped happily, feeling good that she was able to get her friend out of her little funk. Now, could you be a dear and help me with this caramel? I just need you to pour it into the pan over there, she said as she pointed her hoof to the awaiting pan next to Lyra's head. Yeah, like she knows like it might be good and all that, but she doesn't want it to be. Also, like Bonbon's here is like giving her like the worst options here. Like he will say no. Also, we don't know if he likes ponies that way, and it's just like, if you just keep like telling her that it might not work out, it's just gonna discourage her from actually doing it. Also, I need a water bottle. I commentating way too long on this story. Don't care. Lyra finally lifted her head up and looked. Oh sure, Bonnie, she said with a little bounce and a big smile. Her horn started to glow with a bright golden hue of magic. The same glow appeared around the pot of caramel. Soon the pot was floating in the air, hovering over the pan. Lyra tilted the pot within her magic, slowly pouring its contents down, while Bon used her mixing spoon to help spread the contents out evenly. Bon knew Lyra loved helping her make her candy creations, and this would help lift her spirits a little more. Even if Lyra wasn't the best cook, she still could do simple things to help with her magic. Still something needed to be done about this human obsession situation. Bon's expression changed to a more serious one as she tried to think of her next words carefully. Lyra, listen. What are you gonna say? Bon, I don't trust you right now, okay? This is a problem. I don't trust you. Like, you love Lyra with all your heart, but you don't accept her with her crush right now. And that's not a good thing for a friendship, honestly. Like, you might not care about you might like care about the certain male she's thinking about, but she cares about your opinion because she's your friend, because you're her friend. There you go. I like how we just put in logic for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Lyra finished pouring the last few drops of the caramel into the pan before turning to face her friend. She gave her a questioning look, waiting for her to continue. Bon put the mixing spoon she was using in the sink before turning back to Lyra with a furrowed brow and determined look on her face. If you can promise me that today will be the day you finally tell your human friend these feelings, then I will help you. What? Okay, Lyra, Bon, what help does she need? Lyra raised an eyebrow, cocking her head to the side in confusion. You will help me? But you don't even seem to like him, she said with a slight concern and puzzlement in her voice. Lyra notices. Luckily, Lyra notices. Which is just bothering me. It's bothering me, honestly. Just support her. Don't ask questions. Don't fucking just hate the guy just because it can end up badly for her, okay? Because, like, if I said to a girl no, and somehow they are in a depressing mood and their friend tell me, I'm just like, fuck. What do I do now? Bon, you're literally like that girl that tells me that their friend's depressed because of me, and I'm just like, no, go away. Because, like, if someone tells me that, I don't know what the fuck to do. What the fuck would I do? Yeah, so she said, okay, so she said it with slight concern and puzzlement in her voice, which is obvious, because I'm questioning it too. Bon nodded, hopping down off the counter, facing the girl. Yes, I know I don't really understand him, or why you seem to like him so much, but I want to help you. You're my friend, and I'm not going to let you continue to mope around this house. We can make a plan of attack together, so you can finally tell him these feelings, and stop beating yourself up over this. She paused, taking in a deep breath before continuing, but only if you can promise me that you would tell him no matter what, she said with a commanding tone, giving her the most serious look she could muster. Okay, so let me get this straight. Lyra spent some time with him, like, going under a tree and reading the book together, and he just pets her, like pet, technically. But, you know, they're technically equal to him because of their dominant species in this world. So honestly, just tell him when you're reading together. Like, I feel like this is a problem. There's so many opportunities that she doesn't take. Like another similarity to another purple alicorn. I feel like you guys, like, I feel like people that just are here for this story don't understand what I'm saying. I love it. I love when that has happened. You gotta be a freaking subscriber for that, you fucks. Lyra sat back on her haunches. They spelled haunches wrong. Looking down at her forelegs while drawing little suckers in the tile flooring. Feeling hot and embarrassed. I don't know, Bonnie. I mean, I keep getting really scared when I start to confront him. And what if you know what, Bon, this is the moment you just slap yourself and just go ahead and just get that courage up. Just be a lion. Be confident. Be like, I don't know. Be the most cocky girl out there for the time being and see what happens. Don't actually be cocky, though. Don't actually be cocky. Bonbon cut her off, poking her in the chest with a hoof. Nope, like you said, today is the day. No more excuses. You need to tell him your feelings now, or else you're just gonna get worse. You know it's true. I probably said that fast, but I feel like that's how Bonbon would say it. Honestly. But what if he isn't interested in ponies like that? What if he isn't interested in me like that? What if he thinks I'm ugly, or he tells me he's with some pony else? I'm not sure my heart could take it. Lyra protested frantically. She looked away from Bonbon, avoiding eye contact as her circle drawing quickened. The questions you shouldn't be asking yourself right now. Those are the questions that are beating your courage up right now, Lyra. Like, if you weren't thinking about these, you'll probably have an easier time just going up to him and asking, like, do you want a date or something? Like, do you want to be my boy? I guess that would be the weird to say to answer it, but yeah. Question that. But yeah. Like, this is like the problem with everybody that wants to confront their crush, is that they always ask themselves, what if she thinks I'm not that or I'm not this? When you just have to go up and tell her if you want to be, or you have to go like flirt with her for a while, then see what happens after that. This is how these things work. I like how I haven't gotten a girl and I just don't know these things. Life, you know, regrets and all that shit. Help me learn. The Earthmare sighed. If that happens, then at least you can say you have your answer. Then you can start moving on with your life. And no matter what happens, Bonbon, no matter what happens. Wait. Okay, let me re-say what she was questioning herself about. But what if he isn't interested in ponies like that? What if he isn't interested in me like that? What if he thinks I'm ugly, or he tells me he's with somebody else? I'm not sure my heart could take it. Lyra protested frantically. She looked away from Bonbon, avoiding eye contact as her circle drawing quickened. Okay, read that. Definitely need water here. The Earthmare sighed. If that happens, then at least you can have your answer. Then you can start moving on with your life, and no matter what happens, Bonbon stepped a little closer to the panicky unicorn, putting a hoof under her chin so she could lift her head up. She smiled lovingly to her friend before continuing. You will always have me. You will always have me. At least you're being supportive, I guess. I still don't like that she doesn't accept it. Like, if this happens, what the freak? Lyra met Bonbon's eyes, making her panic melt away and her smile returned. She slowly wrapped her hoof around her friend's neck, pulling her in close for a tight hug. Thanks, Bonnie. You're the best friend America could ask for, Lyra said, nuzzling her cheek with her friends. Bonbon returned the hug, but quickly broke it to look Lyra in the eyes again. Yeah, I know, but you still have to promise me, she stated as her tone turned to a more serious one. Okay, I promise. No! Bonbon interrupted, roaring about. It has to be one of these silly pinky promises thingies. It has to be one of those silly pinky promise thingies, so you can't break it, she said, waving a hoof lazily in the air, mimicking the pinky promise gestures. Shit just got real. A pinky promise? Lyra half shuddered before saying, oh, fine. She took a small step back from Bonbon so she could properly act out the promise. Cross my heart, hope to fly, stick a cupcake in my eye. She finished by pleasing her hoof over her eye. Honestly, I want Pinky just to be like the one. Of course, she's the fourth dimension breaker, and she's gonna be like watching from a distance, be like, "That's gotta happen. I gotta make sure she keeps that promise. That is happening." I feel like that's how I always feel like in the show. That's what Pinky promises mean. She finished by placing her hoof over her eye. Okay, yeah, that's how it goes. Bonbon nodded her head once. Very good. Now tell me, does he like anything in particular? Like, is there something that you could do that would help you get a message like this across? Just ask him. There isn't like I'm the more forward type. Like, if I like you, I'm gonna fucking tell you. But I don't give a shit what your answer is. I'm just gonna flirt with you and see what happens. You know that probably doesn't work half the time, but you know, fuck you. That's how it fucking is. Okay. So, something to get the message across. That's what she's asking Lyra. Lyra sat there while placing a hoof on her chin and thought, looking down to the floor. I'm not sure. I know he doesn't understand our culture too well, so anything I would normally do to pick up a stallion won't work. Trust me, I tried. Oh, duh, you're a different species. Like, how would I even understand that? Like, Pegasus have wing borners, and like, if it was a normal human being that didn't understand that, they would just be like, why are you spreading your wings out? There will be so many questions if a normal idiot human being went to this world and didn't understand what the hell unicorns, Pegasus, alicorns, and all the types were. Still, different species guys apparently have an actual mating, I guess, thing. Or courting thing, even though that's how Luna would say it, because, you know, she's from that time. You know. Lyra gave out a heavy sigh. Trust me, I tried. Lyra gave out a heavy sigh, placing her hoof back down, looking sad again. It all just seems to go over his head, Lyra said as her voice got softer and more depressed. Exactly, Lyra. This is what you tell him! Straight up! Just tell him! Really? I guess that's to be expected, Mama scoffed. Well, you two spend a lot of time with each other. Has he ever told you how we do... Has he ever told you how he would do that sort of thing on his world? You can ask him. You can bring flowers and stuff, you know, let's do this romantically. Why not? Or do it, I guess, dramatically, because I saw the next chapters, like, beginning. I think it's gonna be dramatic as fuck. Just saying. Lyra sat and thought for a little while longer, thinking back to other times he talked about that kind of stuff. It didn't seem to come up too often, but she did manage to remember something. I think I remember him saying something about how he would try to court this one mare from his homeworld. Like, it's like saying homeworld. Oh, what would he do? Bonbon asked curiously. Well, he told me that he was trying to take her out to this prom thing when he was younger. He said that he would get all dressed up and groomed, and then he would buy a bunch of flowers, like a dozen of them. Roses, I think. She paused to think some more. Well, anyways, he would give her the flowers and ask her if she wanted to go to the thing with him, Lyra explained. And that would let her know he's interested. Bonbon asked, raising an eyebrow, sounding extremely confused. Nope. Okay, prom isn't really a thing. I feel like prom is a thing to just go with random girls and see what happens. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. Never went to prom. Never gonna go, probably because I'm a loser. Anyways, and that would let her know. He's interested. Bonbon asked, raising an eyebrow, sounding extremely confused. I already read that. I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. I think so, Lyra responded. She thought back some more, then placed a hoof behind her ear, rubbing the back of her mane while looking off to the side as she remembered more of the story. But then there was something about dancing too hard, then spilling punch on her, then getting a call or something the next day, then something about crying. Lyra paused with the words, you know what, I'm not really sure the prom part is what we need to focus on, she said matter-of-factly, placing her hoof back on the ground and looking back at her friend. I think it's more about the dressing up, grooming, and the flowers. Okay, so it didn't end up well for him. That's the best way to say it. Also, I like how Baba says human friend. Like, he has a name and all that. I'm pretty sure Lyra talks about him so much that he has a name. Just Bonbon doesn't give a shit. Right, okay, Bonbon responded, still processing all the new information. Well, from the sound of it, the flower thing is pretty similar to what we do, except it's just a dozen of them. Roses might be hard to find, but I think Roseluck still has a bunch to sell. It would be expensive, though. The rest should be easy to address. She finished with a warm smile. Damn it, get him some chocolate! Because, goddammit, get him some chocolate. Because I would love to have that chocolate. What do you mean, easy? Okay, what? I was focusing on, like, flowers, chocolate, Valentine's Day stuff. Well, from the sound of it, the flower thing is pretty similar to what we do, except it's just a dozen of them. Roses might be hard to find, but I think Roseluck still has a bunch to sell. It'll be expensive, though. The rest should be easy to address. She finished with a warm smile. Okay. Read that too fast, but that wasn't for you. That was for me. Okay, so the rest should be easy to address. So the only thing that's hard is with roses, apparently, when you have a mirror in town that's called Rose Luck. Don't think that's how that works, but okay. What do you mean easy? Lyra asked, tilting her head in slight confession. Confusion. Slight confusion. Typos, man, are gonna be the death of me. I think you're forgetting the dressing up part. My only good dress is still being repaired at Rarities, and I don't have enough bits to buy a new one right now. I don't even have enough for the flowers. What happened to your dress, Lyra, then? Bumble waved a hoof in the air dismissively. You still have that nice orange and white one in your closet. You know, the one with all the yellow hearts around it? That old frilly thing, Lyra shouted, jumped back in shocking disgust. I haven't worn that in ages. I thought I told you to throw that away or sell it. Even Rarity thinks that thing is a fashion disaster. Remember, she told me to my face when I was wearing... well, that sucks. Remember, she told me to my face when I was wearing it. Lyra was shouting, tape it off, as she remembered that little run-in with the unicorn fashionista. Well, that sucks. If she just... Okay, if it's Rarity telling you that, then yeah, you should throw it away or burn it or something. Yeah, she should like if it's the fashion guru of the town, yeah. Bonbon thought back to that time for a moment. Yes, I do recall her saying something like that, but then she made you that nice new one for free, she added happily. Yeah, that's her generosity. Because she thought it was a total disaster, she needed to fix it. Honestly though. Yeah, the ones that's being fixed right now, Lyra whined. Bonbon opened her mouth to say more, but was quickly cut off. No, I will not wear one of yours. Blue and pink just aren't my colors, Lyra snapped. Can't we just forget the dressing up part, she pleaded. Yeah, technically you can. Because he won't, like, he'll just be asking why you dressed up, what's the occasion and all that. Bonbon wanted to argue, but said, knowing that Lyra was right, well, I guess if we can't get you to dress nice, then we will just have to work extra hard with the makeover. What? Makeover? What are you gonna do? I don't know. I don't like Bonbon's help now. I don't like Bonbon's help. Like I was supporting her because she was like supporting her friend here, but now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure. Lyra shuddered a little at the word makeover. So did I. She doesn't want to really enjoy such things, but at the time like this, she was willing to give it a try. Okay, Bonnie, but don't go crazy with it, please. Lyra begged with an unsure look on her face. Oh, Lyra, I feel bad for you. Honestly, one of my nieces tried to put makeup on me, and I was like, fuck. Something just felt heavy on my face. I'm just like, nope, not having this deal. I just ran around trying to get it off. And I'm like, no. Oh, don't be silly. You will love it, and you're gonna look amazing. Bonbon chimed, grinning her ear to ear. This will be so fun. It's been a while since I did some ponies in Maine until I think I'll still remember a few old tricks from when I worked part-time at the barbershop all those years ago. Bonbon reminisced. Okay, so if it's the tail and the mane, it's good, but if it's makeup and stuff, ooh, no. Not dealing with that. Lyra rolled her eyes. We should not go unnoticed by a friend. Oh, come now. I know you're not into the whole makeup and mane styling scene, but trust me, you will enjoy it, and it will help you feel a lot better. Bonbon said, smiling brightly. But if he says no, then both of you got up this work for nothing, which is the problem. Yeah, that's the problem here. And it'll help you feel a lot better, Bonbon said, smiling brightly. Hey, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like my microphone's a lot, I guess, low volume right now, even though I can see the sound waveforms forming. But I don't know. Lyra sat in defeat, blushing slightly. Bonbon was right in a way. Getting her mane until done did cheer up at times, but it wasn't something she really liked to keep up with. Her and Rainbow Dash were similar in that respect. It just kind of felt like a waste of time, but the mane and tail grooming wasn't what she hated the most. It was the makeup part that she despised. That stuff was itchy, plus she didn't like to hide herself behind all that junk. It was like wearing a mask that hid her true self from the world. But this was a desperate time, and if it would help, she was willing to try. Just go easy on the makeup, Lyra pleaded, frowning slightly. Lyra gets makeup. Lyra understands how I view makeup. I like Lyra. Lyra, like, I feel like Lyra is supposed to like make me feel good about this story, because she's the main character. Cause yeah, I love Lyra in this story. I'm not sure how the confession is gonna go, but I love Lyra right now. Eek! Bonbon squealed happily, clapping her hooves together. You're going to love it, trust me, Bonbon said excitedly. But she was looking forward to giving her tomboyish friend a well overdue makeover. And it might be for something that could lead her to a broken heart, but she was still going to have fun beautifying her friend. Now let me finish cutting the caramel candies here. You go jump in the shower. I will be with you in a minute. Then after that, we'll go give Rose a visit. I'm sure she still has some roses we could buy from her. Then it's off to confess your feelings, Bonbon said in earnest, giving Lyra an encouraging smile. Bonbon said in earnest, giving Lyra an encouraging smile. I'm happy about this, but at the same time, I'm just like, if he says no at the beginning, though, what you gonna do? Like, Lyra might just run off and just be in tears, and that's something, I guess. If I was only human, and a girl just confessed to me like that, I was just like, and then I have to go chase her, because that's what I do. I always go chase after them. I don't know why. Leave me alone. I'm trying to be helpful. Lyra smiled, feeling a lot more confident in herself. Now that Bonbon was helping and supporting her, she really was a great friend. Yeah, but she doesn't accept it, though. She doesn't accept it! Lyra slowly made her way to the shower, but before she entered the door to her room, she stopped, turning her head back to Bonbon. The Earth Bunny was still standing in the kitchen, watching her walk away with that lovable smile on her lips. Lyra's own smile grew a little more at the sight. She had to thank the mayor for going so out of her way to help Bonbon. I just want to say, well, thanks for everything. Bonbon closed her eyes and giggled a little at that. Lyra only used her real name when she was really emotional. This truly must mean a lot to her. Even if she was setting her friend up for a broken heart, she knew this had to be done and would be better for Lyra in the long run. She just couldn't see that human wanting to be with the unicorn. They were both just two different species. It wasn't that she was against cross-species relationships, but this human thing was just so different from anything they had ever seen before, and a little scary if she was to be completely honest. He was a nice enough stallion, but it just wouldn't work out like Lyra wanted it to. Plus, she was pretty sure he felt the same way about ponies. Surely he would rather be with a nice human mare than a pony. You don't understand how... Like, you don't understand how, like, how desperate guys would get. Like, wouldn't care. Like, if he's stuck in this world, he wouldn't give a fucking damn. Because, like, after you get used to the world, make friends with the ponies and shit, you start to have, those thoughts in your mind, like, what the fuck now? How do I relieve myself and shit and all this crap? We're like, okay, get a girl. Or mare in this case. Pony mare. All I gotta say, this is gonna be a scary day for Lyra. Still, she knew that this was the right thing to do. She couldn't just tell Lyra that he wouldn't be interested. No, that wouldn't help her. It would just keep her thinking, what if? No shit, this is why I was telling you in the beginning. What if? Like, the what ifs are the things you don't accept him because you don't think it's gonna work out. Because fuck you, Bonbon. Because you really have low expectations of both of them working out. But if you want her to be happy, you better have those things up on the top like they're in fucking heaven. Goddamn. Honestly, that's how I feel about my friends. Honestly, like, if they're gonna go for somebody, and be like, alright, try for it. And if they don't know, like, nice try, man. Lyra had to know for sure what the human's feelings for her were from his own mouth, and when he rejected Lyra, it would hurt at first, but she would heal in time. The way she'd forget this whole mess and move on, but no matter what happened, Bonbon would be there for her friend. Okay, Bonbon wants him to say no. Bonbon wants him to say no. Fuck you, you know that? Fuck you. Yeah, just fuck you right now. You want him to say no to her. Fuck you. I'm so upset about it. You just want him to say no. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You know how many humans would love to just be with a pony right now? Especially in this fandom, no matter their gender. Because you don't understand how much. Like, they will be best friends. They might be, like, boyfriend, girlfriend, mare friend, stallion friend. Don't give a shit. But they will love that relationship because they're, like, that certain individual. Because fuck you. I'm upset because Bonbon wants him to say no now. Like, that's just in my mind. You're most welcome, Lyra, now. Now go get ready. I shouldn't be long with these candies, Bonbon responded, shooing her away with a lazy hoof wave. Typo, seriously, man. Lyra nodded then turned back to her original path, heading toward the shower. Her mind was buzzing with all kinds of wonderful and horrible thoughts. She was frightened and excited all at the same time. There was no telling how the day was going to end, but no matter what happened, it was going to be a scary day. Well, Lyra, I hope it turned out good for you, honestly. Because Bonbon doesn't want it. Doesn't want you near him, for that matter, I guess. Because he thinks he's a creep, doesn't understand stuff, you know. But, you know, you two hang out with each other, so, you know, you two are friends, like, you know, can go into a different stage in your relationship. Right now, you're just friends. Not sure if you're best friends, but, you know, we'll see what that... We'll see next chapter, because the next one is the confession. Right now, it's just a talk between best friends. Author's note. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. This is my first attempt at anything like this ever. I'm more of a painter than a writer, but I was tired of being a creeper on this site, so I decided to give back a little. Plus, I want to do a fic with Lyra since she is my favorite pony. I have to say, if my grammar and spelling is really bad, it's because that's something I really struggle with, and I've always struggled with. But a good friend of mine helped edit everything, so it should be pretty legible now. More chapters to come soon. Please let me know what you think. Alright. Yeah, he's more of a painter. If you guys don't know Puss's work, he makes beautiful art. Like the thumbnail for this story is amazing. Honestly, I wish I was a jack of all trades and I could just do everything at once. Not everything at once. Do everything amazingly. Like my own thumbnails and all that. But no, I have to find them on the internet or use the cover photo. Because, you know, I suck at making pictures. Especially when it comes to anatomy and other creatures. I just draw like a kindergartner, like a doggy thing. Anyways, I think that's it. Yeah, like, see, people are like, there's still some typos in here, which I fixed when I was reading, like, and eyebrow, like, what? Lyra looks adorable in the thumbnail, though. Look at her, she's adorable. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching and listening. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter, video, whatever. Goodbye. Alright,
Yeah.
I'm glitching
Yeah,
up. Glitching out here.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright, sounds like a plan for tonight.
Whoa! God! Not the time.
It's never the time.